Cancer, this terrible disease, is actually genetics, is actually unavoidable, or you can change the course of cancer, never have cancer, or even if you have cancer, you can actually treat it through natural ways, through diet, lifestyle, fasting. Is that even possible? Stay there to understand the biggest secret and lie in the health industry about cancer. Health through healthful living instead of pills and surgeries. Natural hygiene, also called the science of health, is a lifestyle medicine model that promotes that we have to interact with nature to obtain health. We have to live healthfully to obtain health. So these biological needs that we have evolved through millions of years is actually what determines our health or disease in the long run. It's a day-to-day living. Small details, the time you eat, the amount of exercise, the kinds of exercise, the amount of sleep, the amount of sunshine, the interaction with plants, so many things that are seen as quackery. But now we know that it's actually the biggest science discovery that we can avoid disease and live a healthy life until we reach 100, until we are centenaries, just by focusing on small details that most people underestimate: the power of nutrition, the power of sleep, the power of exercise, the power of sunshine. So I would suggest unpackage zero, unpeel everything. You gotta understand, if you have cancer, if you want to avoid cancer, no industrialized food whatsoever. Food must come from the trees, from the plants, not from the industry. As Otto Warburg once suggested, no disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment. You gotta understand that our natural diet and our natural lifestyle helps the body to reach an alkaline pH. So the first thing you gotta keep in mind is that cancer kills approximately 30% of the world population so far. Just in America, there's 2 million new cases of cancer every year, and each day 1,663 persons die every day, and more than 600,000 die annually. So it's the second cause of death in the whole world, just losing for heart disease. There's the number one cause, killing around 38%. So what is actually cancer? It's the loss of normal growth control, because there's the normal cell division that we call mitogenesis. But our daily living makes damage to our DNA. And the damage to the DNA, if it's done consistently, ends up in mutating our DNA. We call mutagens. So if we mutate our DNA, the cell is fastly reproducing itself. It doesn't have time to repair this damage before it reproduces itself. It reproduces into one cell into 2 damaged cells, to 4 damaged cells, 4 to 8 damaged cells, 8 to 16 damaged cells, and eventually you end up with a mass of tumor cells. That's what we call cancer. So what's the idea? Repair more, divide a little bit less. This is actually a research from Brazil, but it's the same in America. Brazilians actually consume less than a portion of fruits and vegetables per day. In America, it's pretty much the same, I'm pretty sure. And what we know, Brazilians consume high amounts of soda, alcohol, red meat, and really low consumption of vegetables, complex carbohydrates, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. So our diet nowadays, in most of the world, consists of refined grains and animal products, and even industrialized animal products. That means salami, hot dogs, sausages, pepperonis, and things like that, right? Most of our calories don't come from fresh food, the food high in micronutrients that actually helps the body to get going the repairing mechanisms to suppress a tumor to growth. As this research suggests, preventable disease that requires major lifestyle changes. So 95% of the cancers are caused through lifestyle habits. It's not caused by genetics. So as we see now, more and more, we are understanding that lifestyle like cigarettes, diet, alcohol, sun exposure, persistent organic pollutants, that's the environmental toxins, infections, stress, obesity, sedentarism, all of this is playing a big role in cancer. It's not the genetics. Don't blame your genetics. Don't blame God. Don't blame the devil. Blame yourself for being lazy, for not working out, for not understanding nutrition, and try to understand it. Try to study for you to change your whole lifestyle and prevent cancer. So since the 60s, we know that fruits and vegetables are chemopreventive. Why? These phytonutrients, these colors in fruits and vegetables actually prevent cancer from happening. So this is not new, people. More than 25,000 phytochemicals have been identified and have potential action against different kinds of cancers. And we don't know even maybe thousands of phytonutrients are still to be discovered. Here are the carcinogens, and here are the chemopreventive agents in fruits, like curcumin, genistein, lycopene, berberine, sulforaphane from broccoli, resveratrol from grapes or peanuts, quercetin from apples, fisetin, allicin from garlic, piperine from black peppers. This slide shows what we need to understand. Phytochemicals from plants, phyto means plants, right? So chemicals from plants. Exercise and caloric restriction, not eating as much as you want, ends up turning on sirtuins and AMPK. That leads to stress resistance, DNA repair, autophagy, less inflammation, less oxidative damage, more telomere maintenance, more stem cell maintenance. And animal protein, excessive calories in high glycemic foods blocks these two and turns on mTOR that starts cell proliferation, insulin resistance, cancer-promoting genes, angiogenesis, and oxidative stress. You get it? So what is the main thing to understand? The main solution for cancer is not a pill, it's not a drug, it's not a new surgery, it's not radiotherapy, not chemotherapy. It's educating the people of the planet, educating everybody to understand that we have to be responsible for our health, for our diet, for our lifestyle, ban industrialized foods, reduce protein consumption, or even completely abolish it. Change our way of life. That is actually the cure. There's no cure, right? There's a regeneration from cancer or heart disease or anything like that. Maybe there's no cure if the stage is too far advanced. But what science have been suggesting, if you have a better lifestyle habits, you have a better prognostic. So, do you want to live more? Do you want to have less disease? Do you want to feel better? That's what you have to do if you have cancer, or if you have any disease, or even if you don't have any disease and don't want to get a disease, you have to change your lifestyle habits. You have to get real and do what you need to do. Be a grown-up and understand that your diet and lifestyle is the main factor. Quoting from Hippocrates, that your food be thy medicine, and that your medicine be thy food. So, do you want to really understand more the science behind diet and cancer? Do you want to understand a little bit more about the treatments? Do you want to understand more about lifestyle factors? I suggest you to read my book on cancer. It's called Anti-Cancer Diet, the lifestyle that prevents cancer. So I think it's the most up-to-date in science and the most complete book on the subject. Still in Portuguese, but soon it will be available on Amazon, translated. Do you want to read in English? Type Anti-Cancer Diet. The more you type it, the more I'm motivated to put this translation in front of all of the other books. Do you want my help? I have 10 books published. I have 6 online courses. We run retreats here in Brazil where you can spend 5 to 10 days learning with me, not just how to apply the diet in your daily life, but to apply the lifestyle and to understand the science, see the scientific articles to empower yourself to make the change. But I also attend patients online or in my office here, in person, here in Brazil. So if you want my help, I can help you out. You want to understand what would help a lot cancer and every other kind of disease in the planet? Make human beings understand that fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, legumes, you have to go to the farmer's market. You should go less to the pharmacy and more to the farmer's market. That would be the solution for the cancer, the pandemic of cancer and all of these chronic diseases that we're suffering right now. But you know what the biggest secret from big pharma and big food is? You want to know the biggest secret of the industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the food industry? Is that the body heals itself when you allow it through lifestyle changes. So you're not going to see broccoli being advertised on your TV tonight. You're going to see industrialized crap and pills and potions and cures for everything, but they cost you a lot more than steamed broccoli. So cancer is not just genetic, it's way more lifestyle habits, as science suggests. Human beings are constituted as frugivore animals. So if you don't eat fruits and vegetables, you are lacking a lot of essential nutrients to protect yourself from disease. The amounts of nutrients, the proportions of nutrients is actually important, and you get it the right proportions from fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are actually scientifically inversely correlated with every kind of chronic disease. All kinds of diseases are multifactorial. That means that cancer or heart disease or diabetes is not just what you eat, but when you sleep, how you sleep, the sunshine, the amount of toxic chemicals in your lifestyle, everything, the amount of exercise you practice, a lot of stuff actually is promoting or preventing disease. Fasting is actually becoming a really big in cancer treatment nowadays because of Walter Longo's research, and I'll be talking pretty soon in the channel about it. Reduce mTOR signaling. That means if you eat less protein and less calories, you get mTOR downregulated, as we call. So that starts to upregulate AMPK, FOXO, sirtuins, and you get into the repair mode and less into the proliferation mode, the mitogenesis. So reducing also downregulates IGF-1 expression and biosynthesis. How you do that? Less protein, more vegetable protein. So when you live healthy, you reduce mitochondrial dysfunction, you reduce genetic instability, you reduce methylation defects from epigenetics. You end up dealing with so much biological mechanisms that your body can actually prevent or even start to treat cancer on its own. So you want to know more? You want to understand the science of health? Click these videos.